So we're out here in our popcorn patch, and I'm observing these different stages. So this popcorn plant, you can see the stalk has a little bit of green, but it's mostly drying up, and we're ready to harvest these popcorn cobs. This one here inside, ooh, it's got yellows and lots of colorful kernels. We're gonna let these dry out a little more. Here's the silks that are drying up. This one back in here is a little more green still, so I'm gonna leave it on a bit more and let it continue to develop and see if I can harvest it later. But I see another one here. I'm gonna bend it back and just trim that off. So I've got two here. There's another one hiding over here. I have to just keep looking carefully through the corn patch. This leaf is really brown and dry, but over here I see this really green stripy one, and then and we'll show you some more colorful ones in just a minute. So here you can see this leaf is a little more colorful and striped. I really enjoyed seeing the different types of leaves on these corn plants this year. This one, look at how it is still green and vibrant, and this purple color. I'm gonna let that one grow a little bit longer. This one here is drying up. That's a sign that it is ready for harvesting. This top one I decided to leave on a little bit longer, so let's just keep letting it go. Some of our corn plants grew really tall. This one here, it's probably, I would estimate, about 8 feet tall, maybe a little bit taller. And then off in the back we can see this other one is probably at least a foot taller than this one here close by. Ellie's inside the corn patch here. We saw the other corn stalks on the other side, the other row didn't grow quite as tall, which is interesting to me. They're just only about, a foot path between. And they grew so very differently. So you just always have such an experiment out in the garden. Hi everyone, a few days ago we were out harvesting the corn, and now we are ready to open it up and see what we find inside each of these husks. I had started to take a little peek with my students the other day in class. This one we found that the purple in the husks, we see this dark reddish burgundy sort of color on the popcorn. I think it's just such a neat color and also sound. Listen to this. Those dry husks. It's really a lot of fun to touch. The silks have dried up as well. All of this could create an amazing type of art project. We could use some of these husks or some of the silks to create little hair for a puppet, whatever we want to do. And then of course the kernels are the seeds, the popcorn. We can let those dry out just a bit more, and then we can pop them. So as we take a look at the different cobs, we see some have more of a yellow tone. This one here I'm curious about. Some of the kernels didn't grow as well as on this side of the cob, and so I'm wondering why that might be. I have a lot of questions and things I'm curious about. This one here, I notice on the outside it looks a lot different, not as much red going through. I'm wondering if this is one of my other varieties. So let's peel it and take a look and see. What a great sound it is. Wow, this is a really neat looking one. Dark color and really rich shine to it. Some of the kernels larger than others, but a really nice full filled in piece. I am wondering, this one here is really light in colors on the husk. Ooh, and it's so dry that it's really just slipping out. This one is the glass gem variety, and look at all of the colorful kernels that we see. Such a variety, and they look like little gemstones. This is my first time planting these. I just learned about this variety last year and wanted to try planting it myself, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So as you can see here, I've got a lot of corn cobs. I'm curious how many. I didn't get to count them yet, so I'm going to try to find out the answer to that. I'm also excited about our sunflowers. This one here, we cut the sunflower head. This is one of the smaller ones that we have, and on the outer part here you see all of the tiny flowers that are starting to dry up, and we'll brush all of those away to reveal the seeds that have formed underneath. So last year I learned that the sunflower, which I typically thought of as a single flower, is in fact like a huge bouquet, and each of these teeny tiny flowers in along the head of the sunflower is its own little flower. It's in the aster family, and some can contain up to, over thousands of seeds in one flower head. This one's a little bit smaller one, so I'm predicting it'd be more in the hundreds of seeds. And lastly, it's that time of year where it's getting pretty hot out. You'll notice that my pumpkins here, we grew a couple different varieties this year. I'm really excited about these green ones. They look kind of fairy tale style. And this one here, you notice the stem has dried up, and that's a good time to pick it so that that they'll last quite a while into the fall season. So it's getting close to the official start of fall, and I hope that you have some fun exploring seasonal fruits.